For lesson 21, we are using the read, draw, write strategy. We're going to read the word problem first. Rose drew 7 pictures and Willie drew 11 pictures. How many pictures did they draw all together? So when we read our problems, we want to make sure that we're using cubes. So I'm going to write it out, cubes. Remember, C stands for circle the numbers. So I'm going to circle my numbers. U stands for underline the question. Remember, a question has a question mark at the end. Here's the question mark. So I'm going to underline the question. How many pictures did they draw all together? B, now we're going to box the keywords. Rose drew 7 pictures and Willie drew 11 pictures. Sometimes the keywords come after the numbers. But if you notice, the word pictures comes after the number 7 and word pictures comes after the number 11. So we don't want to box the same word, but we know that Rose drew 7. So I'm going to box Rose. And Willie drew 11. So I'm going to box Willie. And then I noticed when I was reading the question, there's also another keyword there. How many pictures did they draw all together? All together is one of our math keywords. So I'm going to box that as well. And I remember all together also means total. So that means I'm looking for the total. I'm looking for the answer. So if I'm looking for the total, I know that 7 and 11 are the parts, and the total is going to be bigger than both of these because I'm combining these. If I'm combining these, that means I'm adding these two numbers. So now I'm going to draw and label my tape diagram. Rose has 7, so I'm going to draw 7 circles first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to draw a line to show that I'm done. And 7 was for Rose. Rose stands with an R, so I'm going to write an R underneath it. Now I'm going to draw my other part, which was 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 was for Willie. Willie starts with W, so I'm going to draw a W here. I'm going to box around my tape diagram. All right, and I know that there's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I knew that there's 11 here. And then to find the total, I'm going to count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 altogether. I'm going to draw the lines to show that this is the total of the whole tape diagram. Looking at my tape diagram, I didn't have to use letters as my labels. I could have also used numbers. Rose was 7, so I could have put a 7 here instead of the R for Rose. And Willie has 11. So I could have always put 11 underneath instead of the W for Willie. Now I need to write a number sentence and a statement. Well, I have 7 over here and I have 11 over here. Since I counted those and added them over here, that would be addition. So I have 7 plus 11. And then when I count them all and I found my total for the whole tape diagram, that was 18. So the whole tape diagram equaled 18 circles. So going all the way across, there's 18 circles. A statement says, they drew blank pictures. Well, we figured out that Rose and Willie drew 18 pictures all together. So there's my answer. Question number 2. Darnell walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. Then he walked to the park. Darnell walked for a total of 18 minutes. How many minutes did it take Darnell to get to the park? So what I need to do first is I'm using my cubes. I'm going to circle my numbers. 7 and 18. Okay. Now I'm going to underline my question. How many minutes did it take Darnell to get to the park? And then B, I'm going to box the keywords. Darnell walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. So I know that it took 7 minutes to get to Lee's. So I'm going to box Lee's. Then he walked to the park. But I don't know how long it took him to walk to the park. So I'm going to box park. But it doesn't tell us how long. So I'm going to put a question mark above that. I don't know how long it took to get to the park. Then it says, Darnell walked for a total of 18 minutes. I know when I hear the word total, that's my altogether, my big number that goes next to equal sign. They gave us the total. So I know when I go to draw my picture, I need 18 circles because 18 circles is my total. So I'm going to start by drawing Darnell's walk, which was 7 minutes to Lee's house. So I read the problem. Now I'm going to draw the tape diagram and label it. So Darnell walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. So here's my 7 circles for Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those circles represent the 7 minutes to Lee's house. I'm going to draw a line because I'm done. Here's my 7 minutes. Then over here it says, then he walked to the park. So here's my walk to the park. But I don't know how many circles to draw because it doesn't say. But, however, it does say Darnell walked for a total of 18 minutes. So that means all my circles going across need to be 18. I'm going to use the count on strategy. I have 7 over here. I'm going to count on until I get to 18. Don't make the mistake of starting over here with 1 and counting to 18. Remember, you already have 7 circles. So I'm going to count them again, and then I'm going to keep drawing circles until I get to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I'm going to color those in so they look different, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm going to label this P for park. And I could always go back for the 7 Lee's house. This is Lee. I know that my whole tape diagram, the total number of circles, total, was 18. So I'm going to write 18 at the top and say, yep, the whole tape diagram, there's 11 circles. I'm going to box off my tape diagram. I'm going to double check and make sure that there's 18 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, there's 18 circles. So I have 18 for my total. Now I need to find this part. How many circles are in this part? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So next to park, I'm going to put 11. So my tape diagram is done. Now I need to write a number, sentence, and a statement that matches the story. Well, I know Darnell walked a total of 7 minutes to Lee's house. We started out by drawing 7 circles. So I'm going to write 7. Plus, when I was counting on, I didn't know how many circles I was going to draw here. I just counted on until I got to a total of 18 circles going across. So I'm going to write it equaled 18 circles. And then to find this missing number, I went and counted how many circles were here, which was 11. So for this problem, I had to find the part because it gave me the total and it gave me another part. So I found the missing part. Now when I go to read the statement, it says, it took Darnell blank minutes to go to the park. Remember, you're putting the number that you were solving for. They gave us 18. Even though 18 is the total here, the answer that we solved for was 11. That was the missing number. So it took Darnell 11 minutes to go to the park. P for park, I found it up here, 11. So there is my answer. Number 3, Emmy has some goldfish. Tamara has 14 betta fish. Tamara and Emmy have 19 fish in all. How many goldfish does Emmy have? So I'm going to go and circle my numbers for cubes. So I have 14 here and 19 here. And then it says I need to underline the question. Remember, the question has a question mark at the end. So if I'm not sure what the question is, I just look for a question mark. And there it is. B, I'm going to box those keywords. Emmy has some goldfish. I'm going to box Emmy. And it says some. I don't know how much some is. So I'm going to put a question mark over Emmy. I don't know how many goldfish she has. Tamara has 14 betta fish. So I'm going to box Tamara. That's how many Tamara has. Tamara and Emmy have 19 fish in all. I know that in all is actually one of our math key terms. And all also means the total. So I'm going to write total to remind myself this is the total. So they gave us how much Tamara has and how much they have all together. The question is, how many goldfish does Emmy have? We don't know. But just like the other problem, they gave us the part, which is Tamara, and the total of Tamara and Emmy, which is 19. So I read the problem. Now I'm going to draw my tape diagram. I'm going to do it a little different this time. This time, I'm going to start off by drawing the total number of circles, which is 19. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 19 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there's 19 circles. Make sure when you draw your circles, they go across. I'm going to put 19 up here to remind myself the tape diagram should only have 19 circles. Now I need to break the tape diagram into 2 parts. So my first part, it tells me Tamara has 14 betta fish. So I'm going to count 14 and then put a line to know that these are Tamara's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, there's a line. I'm stopping. I'm going to put a T. These are Tamara's. And I'm going to put a 14 to remember Tamara had 14. All right, so I have Tamara's, which are 14. So that means the rest of these circles must represent Emmy. And remember, we don't know how many Emmy has. So I'm going to put an E here because the rest of these are for Emmy. I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to draw a box around it because these, remember, it's a tape diagram, so we want to keep it all together. All right, there's my tape diagram. So I drew a tape diagram and I labeled it. Now I need to write a number sentence and a statement. Well, this time I start by drawing my total. So I'm going to say my total was 19 in all. So that was my total. 19 equals, and then Tamara had 14. And then, because these are the parts, 14 plus. And then my missing number was, for Emmy, 5. I could also write the problem like this. I could say, okay, 14 was Tamara, plus we don't know how many for Emmy, and the total was 19. Remember, total always goes next to the equals. when you're doing addition. And then we found out that Emmy, E for Emmy, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was the missing number. So then I'm going to fill in my statement. Emmy has blank goldfish. Remember, you were finding out how many Emmy has. If you can't remember from your problem, go back and look up. E for Emmy. Emmy had 5. All right, number 4. Remember, we're still doing the read, draw, write strategy, so let's go ahead and read the problem. Shanika built a block tower using 14 blocks. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. How many blocks are there in the tower now? So I'm going to use cubes. I'm going to write out the word cubes. I always use cubes when I solve a word problem. So I'm going to start off with C, circling the numbers. 14 and 4. So there's my numbers. Now the next part is U, underline the question. How many blocks are there in the tower now? There's the question mark. I know that that's the question. B, box of keywords. This is the part that's a little difficult, so we have to pay attention when we read the problem. Shanika built a block tower using 14 blocks. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. How many blocks are there in the tower now? So I can't really use the word blocks because blocks is here and blocks is here. So Shanika built a block tower using 14 blocks. I'm going to put tower. Her tower has 14. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. Oh, she added 4. So I'm going to put a box here. And if she's adding 4, I already know what my problem's going to be. It's probably going to be a plus sign because I'm adding 4 to this 14. So now eliminate, there's really no numbers that we need to cross out. S we're going to solve, and we're going to make sure that our answer makes sense. So she built a block tower using 14. So I'm going to draw 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I'm going to put T for tower. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. So I'm going to add 4 more. So make sure you draw your line to separate your 2 parts. So she has a tower of 14 already. Now she's adding 4 more to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now she added 4 more to it. I'm going to put an A. She added those. And now it says how many blocks are in the tower now? Well, here's our whole tower now. So let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I'm going to put 18 above the tape diagram. I'm going to draw lines to show that this is the entire tape diagram. I'm going to box around it as well. So I RDW, I read the problem, I drew a tape diagram, and now I need to write. So remember, I need to write my number sentence. I started by drawing 14. And then I added, there's my adding sign, 4 more. I added them on to what I already had. And then when I counted all of them, there were 18. The tower is made of blank blocks. Well, if I count them all, there are 18 blocks. Looking at the same problem, I'm now going to solve it using cubes. So it says Shanika built a tower using 14 blocks. So here's my blocks. 1, 2, 3. It's a little hard using one hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to quickly snap them all together. I'm snapping them together real quick with both of my hands. And then you'll see that I have my 14 cubes. Okay, so there's my 14 cubes. So I just had to snap them together. So she built a tower with 14 blocks. Here they are. Then she added 4 more. So I'm going to get 4 more from the bag and add them on. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to snap them together. Okay, and I'm going to actually add these 4 right to the tower. Ooh, it's going to be a tall tower. All right, now I have a new tower. Now the question says, how many blocks are there in the tower now? Now I have my new tower, and I'm going to count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And that's how I got my answer. And I remember we started with 14 in our tower. So there's our 14. We added 4 more to our tower. There's our plus 4. Now our tower is 18. There's the 18.